Okay, let's see if I remember this. Mundus vult decepe, ergo decipiatur, which is a Latin translation for the world wants to be deceived, so let the world be deceived. And that's very interesting to me for the weekly conversation that I have with myself. And the reason that it's interesting to me is because do we really want to learn as individuals, or do we really want to be confirmed? That's probably a great way to phrase it. Do you want to learn, or do you want to be confirmed? And by saying that, I'm asking, do you want to be validated by what you already know, or would you rather have the ability for your belief system to be questioned and for you to learn something new? How often when you say something to somebody, you're like, oh, I hope I'm wrong, because that ability to be able to learn is kind of what will allow you to escalate your ability to accumulate more information and to be able to see things from more of a robust perspective. And I'm thinking about it, especially with people that I talk to as I get older and people that might even be older than me, where it seems like the type of person who wants to be right. See, I told you. I kind of felt like as time goes on, I move away from them because anybody who's like, see, I told you, that type of person doesn't seem like they're right a lot. And if they aren't, they need to be validated for whenever they are. And I like the idea of thinking that I knew something and then realizing that what I thought was there was a more accurate way to be able to look at that and be able to see it from a different perspective. I'll give an example so that I can remember this for the future. I know that when I use some of the AI and the intelligence as far as looking at large amount of data and I try to um, compile it in a way that I can consume it at a faster rate, I'll say summarize this. And sometimes I'll even say explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, which helps you get a good comprehension. And there's no doubt about that. But I was following this CEO based out of India, I believe, and he said that when he creates a prompt to be able to use um, large language models to decipher information for him, he creates a table. And in the table, he asks, what's the part, like in one row of the table, what's the part of this large document that can trick me? What are these particular words? And what would be a way for me to be able to understand this? And he also says, like, what can actually get me caught up? And what's interesting about that is the devil is in the detail. And the fact that he doesn't allow the nuance of complication to be blurred out, for the sacrifice of it being efficient and being able to read very easily, because there's a lot of details that can be buried within said document. I'm trying to think of the group. I want to say it was a rock group. It might have been Motley Crue or Aerosmith or one of those ones. And they had a 400-page document for every time they went to a venue, whether they performed, be it in where we are right now in Dallas or in New York or Paris or wherever they may be. They had a 400-page document to be able to go perform. And it had everything involved in it with lights, the electrical requirements in order for their amps and everything to work and their lighting system. And one of the little details that they had in the contract was that at the performer's room, you know what I'm saying, in their little dress rehearsal room, dressing room, they have a request for it to have a bowl of peanuts in it, and it might have only blue peanuts or only brown peanuts in it for M&M peanuts, or it might be M&M without the peanuts. But the thing of it was that people thought that they were being petty, or they were being, divas or stars by having a bowl full of M&Ms that was one single color. And the reality of it was that they were using that as a litmus test. And if you couldn't put a bowl in and have the M&Ms with whatever color they requested, then how could they trust that you wouldn't cut corners on the electrical requirements for their amps so that one of them could be injured, or lighting, or the stage can hold the weight requirement that it needs to hold. So they were using the devil in the detail for the ability to see how well the people were honoring the contracts with them. So how that ties back into the world wants to be deceived, so let the world be deceived. It's just showing how if you don't question what is coming at you, or you don't, more importantly, question your own assumptions, then you'll only reinforce what you already know. And if you reinforce what you already know, then how would you be able to grow? So that's it for my Sunday thing. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a magnificent Monday. Take care.